Hey, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Neek Lynn, and we're just going to jump right in. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some Alicia Keys inspired braids, and as you can see, I'm just setting up the hair, getting prepped, getting ready for the style. I'm excited because I am using some bright and vibrant colors today, and I can't wait for you to see how the rest of the style turns out. Now, just for a quick disclaimer, I am working on some very thick and full hair today. My client, who I just absolutely adore, she is so used to coming to me. She knows the process and we just get through it together every time. But I really wanted to keep this part in here because I want you to see how much goes into the style at times before the actual braiding even begins. Like, there's really a lot that happens sometimes even before I touch the blow dryer. And you can see that this clip is showing you the detangling process that I'm going through, which can be very time consuming. Now, I know that some braiders do charge extra for the detangling, though I personally include it as a part of my blowout process. Now, this is certainly a conversation, a big conversation at that in the braiding world, but my question to you is, should blow drying and should blowing out the hair prior be something that's just a part of the service, or is it something that should cost more? And same goes for detangling. And just a super quick tip, if you are detangling hair that is this thick, please make sure you are putting it into sections. Oh my goodness, she's asleep. Anyway, also make sure that you are using heat protectant prior to your blowout, just so that you're adding that extra layer of protection to your client's hair before putting the heat on. And then the sections are going to help you get through with your blow dryer even smoother so that it's less painful for your client. So we are about to jump into this style. Make sure you keep watching. So I'm going to go ahead and get the style started. Now I'm going to use the neat braid like I do in almost every style that you have seen me do. You can see it right there. And if you've ever watched a video of mine, chances are, regardless of the style, I'm going to start my part in the middle. For me, starting my part in the middle just helps me see exactly where I'm at on the head. It creates symmetry. So it's just a go-to for me. Now, I am going to be doing this Alicia Keys style. I really don't know what else to call it, to be honest, but this is such a popular style. This isn't one of those things that I don't think it's going anywhere, really. I think because there are so many different ways that you can do it, and there's so many different sizes that you can do it in, and there's so many different variations in the design itself. It's just one of those styles that's here to stay, in my opinion. So after doing all that blowing out that we did, I wanted to do something on her that I could get done rather quickly. Because mind you, all of that detangling and blowing out probably took me anywhere from an hour to maybe even an hour and 15 minutes. So when it's time to get to the braiding, I don't want to keep her in the chair too long. So as you can see, the color is building out. I'm not overly adding to the braids, and you'll see more of that as the style progresses. So once I get to the bottom of the braid, that's where I'm really going to start building that color up. I love, love, love the gradient look of this style. And so she was super excited about having these colors. Now, I will tell you what I did with the bottoms, and like I said, we'll go through it a little bit more as the video progresses. I am doing a little bit of a different technique using the slip knot method. So now I'm going to come around to the side to do this side braid. And I love this braid. I think this is the braid that really does make the style just kind of pop. It gives it a little bit of variation besides just going straight back. Now, this braid can be a little bit difficult for some, especially if you are not used to braiding around a curve. And I wish I could, give you some kind of technical, step by step of how to do this, but you really have to just learn how to go with the flow when you are pulling in your stitches around this curve. The best thing that I can say is to just trust yourself. Take your time, look at the hair, feel the hair, look at your sections. Like, don't rush through this part. It's okay if you have to take your time. If you're someone who is still in the early phases of learning how to braid, let me tell you, it's not about speed just yet. It's about accuracy. It's about making sure that you can do the style without causing any pain or discomfort to your client, things like that. So it's okay to take your time. I'm going to say it again. It's okay to take your time as long as you're doing a quality job. So let's go ahead and jump over to the other side. Now, the beauty of doing a style with this type of symmetry is that what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other side. So when you were on that other side, it might have taken you a little bit trying to figure out exactly where you wanted everything. But once that's done, the second side is like smooth sailing because you already know what you're doing. You have a reference point now to build that other side out. I like to say the phrase of like, when you go on vacation and or you go to another city, it always feels like the drive there takes longer than the drive coming home. And I cannot explain why that is, but I think it's a great analogy when it comes to braiding, especially when you have systems. Because once you lay down the foundation in the system for the one side, when you come over to repeat it, you already have something to look at and build from there. I hope that analogy helps you really navigate through your styles. So now we're on the other side of the curve, and I'm just kind of brushing a little bit of her baby hairs out the way. But I do want to just say this one thing as a reminder. When you are doing your stitch braids, let me just tell you, you do not have to add large pieces of the braiding hair. You can take small pieces, and my reference point is always like, let the braiding hair be thinner or smaller, however you want to say it, than the strand that you are adding it under. So just pull in your stitches, add smaller pieces, the color will build up on its own, and then once you get to the bottom, then you can start adding larger pieces to build up the color and tuck the hair. So let's talk about the slip knot. Now I did put a little rubber band at the end of the braid where I wanted it to stop, and then I used a crochet hook and I'm wrapping that piece of hair around the crochet hook. I'm going to insert that in, pull it right through, and that's it. The knot is done and it's going to stay sealed. The reason why I wanted to do it this way is because we are going to be doing some buns at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready to wrap her hair in foam rollers. Now, you see, I just used a little bit of mousse at the end. I like that. I think it sets the style. I wrap them up. I'm going to dip them like we normally would. One thing to be sure of is that you use a towel to cover your client's back when you are doing any type of hot water setting. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to unravel and unroll these curls. They are so cute. Again, I am loving the color. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 buns here at the back. Now, one thing I like to make sure is that the hair underneath is not too tight. So always double check that for your clients before you wrap up these type of buns. Even if you have to leave a little bit of their hair out in the back, just so that they could avoid any type of irritation. So as you can see, I'm just separating those curls out a bit. You don't want them to be too stiff for this type of bun. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this other bun. You can wrap it any way you want. There's no really wrong way to do it. You just have to figure out what works best for you and your client. My rule of thumb is just making sure that it's not too tight. Again, go ahead and separate out those curls. Then take your scissors on a diagonal angle going vertically down, and you can start to shape your curls out. I didn't need the curls to be that long because I just wanted the curls to ever so slightly hang over the back of the bun. So again, just take your scissors, kind of do like a slide cut direction, and just slide those shears down, and you'll start to see how nicely these buns will start taking shape. Again, maybe I'm a little over the top with wanting to make sure that there's no irritation back there, but I do like to massage a little bit of oil. You can use a light oil like a jojoba oil to rub into the back of your client's hair. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I promise you don't want to miss next week's upload where I'm going to show you how you can use AI to make running your braid business 10 times easier. Oh, she's so cute. I just love her. This is the final result. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.